And maybe we could talk a little bit more about church. Like, what's been your experience? I think, you've had some really interesting experiences about trying to find the right church, and eventually you found one that really made you, maybe even to this day, feel really a part of it. What was that for
Yeah, I
you?
think for me, what made me feel like a part of church was the community and the connection with other people. And it was really when other members in the church reached out to me and sort of gave me a place there. They saw value in me for their community and really kind of brought me into that. And that I'm somebody who I like to give with my actions. Acts of service are definitely a way that I show love. And so for me, having a place to serve really helped me find that sense, and then having that service be appreciated.
Yeah.
That was key for me to feel like I fit in the church. And I think that's a part of it too, is understanding what our own love languages are, and then the church community where our natural love language, acting operating that way is then well received by them. So for some people, that's giving gifts. For some people, that's acts of service.
But I hope
Um,
if you didn't get that, you still would have stayed with the church, right?
well, God, for me, like God really called me into the church, and that was another big thing for me. Was that I think the church that I felt most at home at was one that God really clearly called me to. I had been praying about where to go to church, and, God actually told me specifically a church in a specific city, and I had no connection to that city. I didn't really know much about it. It wasn't real close to where I was, and so there was this one moment that God really clearly spoke that to me to go to that church, and then a couple months later, I was at an event, and I was talking to someone about what I was looking for in a church, and the interesting thing was that the gal I was speaking to, she's like, "I know just the church for you," and she said the exact same church. And so that was really weird. So it just really felt very providential. And then when I did go, once I worked up the courage to actually go there, because it really was out of my way, um, then very soon after that, I was very warmly like, someone actually called me over and was like, "You're an answer to our prayer," and I was like, I don't even know who you are. What are you talking about?" It was really weird. But, it was true, like, God orchestrated all of this, and they prayed the same time I first felt called there, so I really do believe
And you were
divine.
really active again, like, you were
Yeah.
really involved, and that made a big difference, and I think that's what kept me in my church, was just being able to be active and involved, and to
Mhm.
this day, I feel very useful there, so
Yep.